Today, I want to show you how you can set up biometric verification inside of your WeWeb mobile application using the Despia plugin. It's super simple, so let's get right started with it. Now, first of all, there are two ways how you can do that. If you want to lock the complete mobile application so that they can't even open the app until they have verified their face, you can go inside of Despia, you can go to add-ons, and you can enable biometric app lock. And that will block down the whole application so you won't be able to open it. Now, that is the first version. Now, you don't need to do that in WeWeb. That's just clicking a button and republishing your application. That is something that you need to republish because that change happens in the Despia editor, so that changes the binary files, the native files, where everything that happens in WeWeb does not need to be republished, and that's what we're going to set up in this video. So first of all, you want to make sure that you have the Despia plugin installed. The way you do that is you go to the WeWeb marketplace, you look for Despia plugin, and you'll find it in there, and you install it. To verify if you have it already installed, you go to Assets, you go to Library, and you look and click on this little book icon, and you will see the Despia provider is installed. That is all you need to do. Beautiful. Let's close that. And now we can go on Add. And we're now going from basics, which is where you probably already are, to assets. And then in assets, we see we have the Despia provider and the Despia native folder, which has the Despia plugin component. We'll put this as the first element on the page so that we can see that this page has it installed. You want to do this on every page that you want to have native functionality. Now, let's go into the section here and let's go and let's add a button in here that will trigger Face ID, biometric verification. Let's go and let's add a button element inside of here. Let's move this element and let's release. And let's call this biometric. Beautiful. Now I can go on click and I'm just going to register a new workflow. And I just do an on-click workflow and I will do execute component action. And then the component will, of course, be the Despia plugin. And then I'm going to change this to start biometric verification. And that will start the biometric verification. Let's call this bio auth, something like this. Now, one thing I want to note is this is a client-side implementation. If you want to lock down the whole app and make it 100% secure, use the setting inside of the editor to block the whole app from being opened if they have not verified their face. And if you do the client-side verification here inside of WeWeb, you want to make sure that this goes alongside a server-side authentication. This is not a replacement for server-side authentication with Xano, Supabase, whatever you want to use. Perfect. Let's close this, and now this will trigger it. Now, how do we know if it was successful or not? We are actually getting an event back. So let's just move this plugin here at the top of the page for best practices. And now what we can do is we can go into this component, and now this component here has the workflow availability, right? So we can go to the workflow on the Despia plugin component. We're going to add a new workflow, and we're going to click here on click, and we're going to change this to be on biometric change. And now we're going to get the state back that will allow us to set a variable, or we can then run a workflow or do anything with it, right? So let's just go inside of here and let's just add a text area. Let's just add some text here. Let's put it down here, right? And let's create a variable here. Let's delete the variable. We don't need the context variable anymore. Let's create a variable called biometric. Okay, and then will be text. Default value will be empty, right? Perfect. Okay, let's go back to biometric verification. Let's go to this. Let's go to the component actually, because we're having this work with the event that is emitted by the Despia component. That's how you're getting asynchronous callback. So we're going on this event here on this workflow. We're making sure that this is on biometric change, right? And then inside of here, we can add an action to change the variable value, and then the variable will be the biometric variable. And the value will be super simple. We're going to go here on this little flash icon. You see on biometric change, we go to the event, and you see the event has state, and that will be success, failure, or unavailable. So now, when I close this, you're getting the data if it was successful or not. So we can now go to this text element here. We can go on the text and we can take this variable and put it inside of here, just like that. Now we got it nicely set up, and this will run the native Face ID biometric verification, and it will fall back to entering their phone PIN if it is not available on the device. So let's publish to the WeWeb domain here. Perfect, let's publish, and we don't need to go to Despia and rebuild the application because this is a change that happens inside of WeWeb. So every change that happens inside of WeWeb has over-the-air updates, meaning you don't need to rebuild the application. You don't have to wait for the App Store's or the Google Play Store's approval. It all goes over the air, meaning you can update critical things in your application without a delay, which is a big benefit of building your mobile application in WeWeb and Despia. So let's go here and let's open my device. Let's open the application here, and it will have me put in the passcode because I can't do Face ID in a simulator. But if you click inside of here, you will see it will say my app needs to authenticate to continue. Now, if I put my correct passcode inside of here, you will see it says success. If I click again inside of here and put a wrong one, and again and again and again, you will see it will say failure. Right? So this is how we're getting the state, and then you can adjust the interface, you can hide elements based on that, you can only run APIs once it is successful. Keep in mind this is a client-side security measure. This is just to protect users if they're already in the app. Let's say someone is using your app, you have I don't know, delete my profile section in there, and they lay down the phone on the table and someone takes their phone and says, oh, I don't like that guy, let's delete his profile on this application. Now he can't do that because he needs to scan his face. This is not like a Pentagon level security measurement, but this is a nice add-on to make the app more secure in a real life environment, right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it runs JavaScript, and if users access certain things on your web application, they could, if they know what they're doing, inject some code in the console and possibly trigger some workflows. So this is why I'm saying make sure that this is attached to a protected authentication session, which WeWeb makes it incredibly easy for you to set up with their authentication plugins. And once you have them set up, you don't have to worry about anything. This is, again, just additional security, right? Things that wouldn't be protected, you can now add another layer on top of that with this nice client-side implementation. If you have any questions about that, or you're unsure in how you should set this up so it's optimally secure, take a look at the Despia editor, go to our customer support. We're here to answer any of your questions and to give you assistance in how to set those things up, following best practices also when it comes to security. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care.